You wanna be in the vlog? Look at the camera. Say hi. Look. Sit. Hey, it's Rhianna. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to the 2017 year in review. Last year, one of my favorite videos to make was my 2016 year in review. I'll link up in the eye for that if you missed it, which everyone did because it only got 8 views. Womp womp. So hopefully this one will get more than 8. But I really enjoyed making that video because it gave me a chance to really like reminisce and think back over the course of the year, because there is a lot that we forget about. So I did the same thing for this year, for 2017. I went through my YouTube this time. Last year I think I went through like my Instagram, but now that I've been vlogging for over a year, I was able to like basically look back through my videos from last year, pull a couple of memories from that, and we're just going to review the year. Overall, I really feel like 2017 was a great year. I mean, there's obviously some bad things that happened, and like some negative things, but overall, I feel like 2017 was super awesome for me and for my family mostly. So let's just jump right into January. We started off the year with a bang with Rhianna coming home.
Oh my god. I see him! I see him!
Oh my gosh!
I see him! I see him!
Where is he?
He's right there! He's right there!
Oh my gosh, I see him!
Who y'all fall with? Oh, don't cry!
After being incarcerated for almost 7 years, it was really great to be reunited with Rhianna and for him to come and live with me.
The door that's shut.
Oh.
Or was shut.
Look at your own room, baby.
I was also lucky enough to be able to purchase tickets to Go Wild, which was the second annual like planner conference, and this time it was going to be held in Nashville. In February, I think that Jonathan and I found our favorite steak recipe. Jonathan actually took over the channel for one day.
Hey guys, welcome back to my wife's channel. Today I'm taking over.
And he made me a homemade romantic Valentine's dinner from scratch. And since then, every time we eat a steak, we use that recipe, and it is delicious.
It's Valentine's Day weekend, well, at least the weekend before Valentine's Day, and I decided to do something special for her.
In March, my long-term friend Troy, that I've been friends with before I even met Jonathan, hired me to work for him or with him. He is self-employed, and I started doing subpoenas, which was like a crazy job, but I still do it. It's just been a slow period ever since the hurricane. In April, I finally got to go to Go Wild, and one of my planner besties, Jen C, and I rented a car and drove all the way to Nashville, Tennessee from Houston, Texas, spent 3 days with all of our like 700 plus planner friends, and then drove back.
Good morning! We are on our way! Sorta. We're in my driveway. But car's on. These are my lights. These are my wipers. We're driving to Nashville! Alright, bye.
We also celebrated Easter with our family. It was the first Easter that Rhianna was home for, and it was a really great day.
Hello!
I was hoping that was what it was. I was hoping. I thought you were busy. Come and open the door for me and take off. There we go.
I said, why did he come?
I was hoping you were supposed to love that dress, Lala.
Thank you.
Oh, God.
Thank you.
Our first
He was talking to me, thought I was running.
Yeah, he didn't even realize.
I got like this close to him, and he was like, "Oh!"
Y'all need to pass your wrist.
And then he had it.
And a first for my YouTube channel was I did my first try-on video. I did a try-on for Torrid haul, I believe, and it actually was quite popular and it's received several hundred and maybe even 1,000 views. I can't remember exactly at this point. In May, I got my 2015 Kia Soul, my little baby. I love her so much. Hey guys, guess what?
What?
We bought a new car! Woo! 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 Are we excited?
Yes.
Are you really?
No.
Our family had its first swim day for the summer.
You're keeping me on. Yeah, I'm strapped in, stuck in a song.
My channel reached 300 subscribers, and I may have put over 300 stickers on my face to commemorate the milestone. Today's video is going to be the celebration of hitting 300 subscribers. Oh my gosh, that one is in a lot of hair. Oh man. And Jonathan and I took a trip to Fredericksburg with our friends Jacob and Susanna for the weekend.
Hey, I look like doo-doo.
No.
Been in the car.
Hello, Jacob.
Hello.
It's a party in our room. Party. Boop, boop. Okay. In June, our family was blessed with another member. Baby Violet was born, which is Casey and Josh's daughter.
I remember when Jason was a baby and I said, they were like, what does that mean? Like, it means he wants to nurse. That's not what that means. And I was like, that's what we say in our family. So I looked it up and I found it on Google.
It's rude and you're looking for food.
They're trying to make me feel stupid.
Yeah, they were the ones that were
They didn't write the word.
I attended Riley's dance recital with the family. And I went on a planner road trip with some of my planner besties. Rue and I have made it to Columbus.
Successfully.
Yes, we made it in the rain. It was,
Hey, Jen.
Jen! Yay! Jen is here! Rachel, say hello.
Oh, yeah. I'm not wearing this shirt. I'm actually wearing a really
July was a really great month. Jonathan and I started our keto journey. Today's video, I'm gonna talk to y'all about keto and what it is and why I'm going to start doing it. And we celebrated our birthdays with Crystal and had a luau at my grandparents' house. We're here at my grandparents' house for the birthday party festivities. Say hey. Jonathan. Aloha. You look very festive. August was a very busy month. First, my computer died and I lost a couple days worth of vlogging footage, which is like the worst thing to happen to a YouTuber. I also started my series Tasty Tuesday, which I still do now. Every Tuesday I publish a new recipe video or a tasting video, and I think that I will continue doing this series for at least a little bit longer. Today is the first video in my new series, Tasty Tuesdays, where I try out a new recipe for y'all, or I show y'all a new recipe on my channel and the step-by-step for it. And today we're gonna be making this delicious crustless taco pie. We also had the solar eclipse, and I did my best to capture that and not damage my camera. So what I'm doing now is I am essentially rigging up a filter to place on this camera to document the solar eclipse without damaging my camera. I went to San Antonio with Erin and Riley, and Jonathan came for the last day. It's pretty dark and my camera sucks. But guess who's been drinking? Me. Do y'all like it when I drink? I love it when I drink for y'all. We're still waiting for our table. Oh, headlights. Oh, keep them there. And we ended the month with Hurricane Harvey. That was like 5 days of pure hell. I'm just gonna do like a weather forecast for y'all. This is Corpus Christi. I'm just gonna show y'all like on this map where I am. So here's Corpus Christi, and this is Houston, and I'm like right there. So that outer band is just fixing to reach us. So this is the current radar. Where the black dot is where we are. So yeah, we're in the middle of a band right now. What is that?
Tornado. There.
It took me a while to calm down after seeing that tornado. I'm okay now though. I just really didn't want to go driving towards the tornado. Ryland and Domily left about 2 hours ago to go to her dad's house and never made it. And neither one of them have a phone. So Jonathan and I are gonna drive up Barker Cypress to 290, and her dad's gonna drive down Fry, and we're gonna see if we can find where they're at. I just went through a roller coaster of emotions. I did not vlog it because honestly I was so...
It was the last thing on our mind.
Yeah, it was just kind of the last thing on my mind. I was like super stressed out and like almost to the point of tears. So my dad lives in my parents' house in Friendswood alone with no phone of any kind, no cell phone, no landline, nothing. And I knew for a fact that that neighborhood was flooded, and pretty significantly at that. I can't remember if I talked about it yesterday, and I don't think I did because I was just so overwhelmed with like finding out that my dad was safe that I didn't mention the fact that like his house, my parents' house, the house that like the last house that I grew up in, is probably complete. I mean, not probably, it's gone, it's underwater. It's gonna have to be completely gutted, and everything in it is probably completely ruined. I just want to document this. The
sun is out. It's glorious. There's my shadow.
In September, what we thought was hell in August from Harvey was actually only the beginning, because in September we had to start the Harvey cleanup. Unfortunately, my parents did lose everything in their home. We had a couple other family members who were affected, but nothing quite as substantial as my parents' loss.
So this is everything that we got out today. We're coming back tomorrow. You're mad?
I'm holding in a lot right now. Like, I feel bad. I don't know, for us to sit over there and be like, dang, what the heck, just because of flooding. And now I'm looking at this, it's like, wow. I've never experienced this ever. I've never experienced this. It's just...
I made this right here, these in school.
Luckily, everyone in my family survived, but the city of Houston was really devastated by the whole thing. I also published my last planner video for my channel. When my channel actually started, it was heavily planner based. And as I've grown in my YouTubing, it's slowly evolved away from that. I am still a planner. I still do planner spreads every week. I just don't film them anymore. I don't do my sticker hauls anymore. And it's kind of sad because I still am that person, but unfortunately, y'all really weren't. I wasn't getting the views from those, and sometimes you just have to grow with your channel, whether you like it or not, or your channel will be stagnant. So it was the best decision that I made, becoming more of a daily vlogger slash weight loss vlogger. But I definitely miss doing those planner spreads every once in a while. Also in September, I chopped all my hair off. If you're new to my channel, or maybe you don't remember, I had really long hair. It was like all the way down to my butt, and I decided that I wanted to change it up. Kind of went hand in hand with my weight loss. And some days I still miss my long hair, but overall I feel like this length fits me. In October, we went camping with Riley and my BFF, Crystal, her husband and son. We were fortunate enough to not have a house fire whenever our dryer caught on fire. Ronnie, Rylan was worried that there was a potential house fire, so I had Jonathan call him, and yeah, we almost died. Well, we didn't almost die.
Our doggies did.
Our dogs could have possibly been in a house fire, and our house could have burned down. And the Houston Astros won the World Series, and it was perfect timing. With everything that had happened because of Harvey, it was like the city really needed that. And I'm so glad that I was able to live through that experience. The city was just like on fire.
Away from the save in Game 7.
In November, I received my first YouTube check, although it is a direct deposit. Crystal and I went and saw Nick Swardson and then tried to hunt him down.
Remember the other one was terrible.
Yeah. We're here. We're seeing Nick Swardson, Grandma's Boy, Comedy Central. Oh, we couldn't find him. We walked around the back side of the building over here and like meandered, and I tried opening doors. Our family celebrated Kelly's sobriety and her graduation from Strong Tower.
Before I got to Strong Tower, I served the Lord for the first half of my life. I love the Lord. And then after I was 17, my life went downhill and turned to drugs. Only because God did.
I reached the milestone of 600 subscribers on my YouTube channel. Hey, it's Rhianna. Welcome back to my channel and my 600 subscriber giveaway video. That's right, guys. I have made it to 600 subscribers. It's actually 600 plus a couple more now. And we celebrated the life of Jonathan's uncle, John D., who passed unexpectedly 3 days after Thanksgiving. And obviously that was a very hard time for the family because it was unexpected. I was once again reminded why I'm so glad that I vlog, because I have footage of, you know, him on Thanksgiving, you know, being with the family, and that's something that, you know, I can, you know, give to Jonathan. I mean, it's there for him, and he can reflect back on it and reminisce and hear his voice and, you know, things like that. So it's bittersweet, obviously. Vlogging really helps capture those times with our family because we're really not promised anything. And lastly, we have December. A bunch happened in this month as well. I had a huge non-scale victory of riding in go-karts at Everett's birthday party. A scale victory of losing 100 pounds. I have been trying to hit the 100-pound mark since I started. That was like my biggest, that was my big goal, is 100 pounds lost when I started in 2015. And so I finally did it. Jonathan and I took our annual anniversary trip and we went back to Fredericksburg. Unfortunately, this was the trip that if it could go wrong, it did. So we didn't get to do like half the things we wanted to do, but we still got to spend time with each other, and that was what really mattered. We are officially on the road. Thank you for turning that down. Yep. And we left on time. We did good. So looking up. Positivity. We celebrated Ryland's birthday.
I haven't had a birthday in so long.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Oh, wow. Happy birthday, dear Ryland. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
Yay! Whoop, 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 whoop. And just a couple days ago, we put in our notice to move out of this house.
There it is, our move out notice email. OMG. Here we go. I'm gonna send it. Oh my gosh, I'm so scared. And that's everything. That is 2017 in a recap, nutshell, whatever you want to call it. There is a lot to look forward to in 2018. I hope that 2018 is just as good as 2017 was to us. Yes, there were some negatives like Hurricane Harvey and my parents losing everything and having to deal with all that. But compared to 2016, like if you go watch that video, I feel like it was a lot better year overall. Health-wise, Jonathan and I with keto and the weight loss, just having Rylan home finally after almost 7 years being incarcerated, just all this quality time that I got with my friends and family. I really look forward to what 2018 brings. I hope it brings lots of babies to the family, a new home for Jonathan and I am very hopeful for 2018. I'm excited for what's to come. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're watching this right now and you're not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Join me for this next year, and then we can recap 2018 together at the end of the year. That would be crazy. I can't even imagine. A whole year away. Where will you be? What will you be doing? I'm a nerd. So hit the thumbs up button, hit the notification bell, leave any comments or questions down below. Let me know something good about 2017 for you, and I will see you guys next year. Bye.